But it seems to some that perhaps things ought not to be proposed to man for belief, which reason is not sufficient to investigate, since divine wisdom provides for each one according to the manner of his nature. And therefore it must be shown that it is necessary for man to believe in the divine, that even those things which exceed reason should be proposed. For no one aims at anything with desire and earnestness unless it is known to him. Therefore, because human frailty is directed to a higher good than can be experienced in the present life, men are ordained by divine providence, as will be investigated in what follows. It was necessary to evoke the mind into something deeper than our reason can reach at the present time, so that it may learn to desire something and to strive towards something which transcends the whole state of the present life. And this applies especially to the Christian religion, which uniquely promises spiritual and eternal goods. Hence also in it, many things that exceed human understanding are proposed. But the old law, which had temporal promises, proposed few things which exceeded the inquiry of human reason. According to this manner also the philosophers were concerned, in order to lead men from the pleasures of the senses to honesty. It is also necessary for people to believe this kind of truth in order to have a truer knowledge of God. For then only do we truly know God when we believe that He is above all that is possible for man to think about God. Because the divine substance exceeds the natural knowledge of man, as was shown above. Therefore, by the fact that certain things are proposed to man about God which exceed reason, the opinion is strengthened in man that God is something beyond what he can think. Another advantage also results from this, namely, the suppression of presumption, which is the mother of error. For there are some who are so presumptuous of their intelligence that they consider that they can measure the whole nature of things by their understanding, valuing, of course, that all that appears to them is true, and that which does not appear to them is false. So that the human mind, freed from this presumption, could arrive at a modest search for truth. It was necessary for man to be presented with certain things from the divine, which completely exceeded his understanding. Another advantage also appears from the words of the philosopher in 10 Ethics. For when a certain Simonides was persuading man that divine knowledge should be passed over, and that intelligence should be applied to human affairs, he said that it was necessary for man to have human wisdom and mortal things to mortal. Against him the philosopher says that man must draw himself as far as he can to the immortal and divine. Wherefore in the 11th of Animal, he says that although there is little that we perceive of the higher substances, yet that little is more loved and desired by all the knowledge we have of the lower substances. He also says in 2 De Caelo and the World that when questions about the heavenly bodies can be solved by a small and topical solution, it happens to the listener that his joy is intense. From all this, it is evident that knowledge of the most noble things, however imperfect, brings the greatest perfection to the soul. And therefore, although the human reason cannot fully grasp those things which are beyond reason, yet a great deal of perfection is acquired for him if he at least holds them by faith in any way. And therefore it is called Wisdom 3:25. Many things beyond human understanding have been shown to you. And 1 Corinthians 2:11, no one knows the things of God except the Spirit of God, but God revealed it to us through His Spirit.